Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, October 26th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 660 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Japan's Princess Mako marries years after pain of rumors. Donald Trump Jr.'s sixth stunt earns him scathing new nickname from New York Daily News. Princess Mako leaves Japan's royal family to marry college boyfriend. In Louisiana, a father, a son and a culture of police abuse. Laura Ingraham airs misleading images, mocks fact-checkers for busting her. TikTok star pleads not guilty to double murder in San Diego. A Colorado hiker lost for 24 hours, ignored rescuers' attempts to reach them because they didn't recognize the phone number. Northport Police Department admits to costly mistake in Brian Laundrie investigation, no case is perfect. Massive storm brings Lake Tahoe's water levels back above natural rim. Teenager found guilty in Loudoun County bathroom assault. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Ex-South Korean President Roh Tae-woo dies at 88, Associated Press. Pete Carroll, I've been here a long time, I probably wouldn't have without Russell Wilson, NBC Sports. Rust director told authorities Alec Baldwin was practicing drawing his gun when weapon discharged, CNN. The $1,800 Sony's Xperia Pro iPhone has a 1-inch camera sensor and a dual aperture, CNET. U.S. insists it wasn't given heads up before Israel blacklisted Palestinian groups, The Times of Israel. Japan's Princess Mako loses royal status after marrying a commoner, NPR. Astros Lance McCullers Jr. ruled out for World Series, New York Post. King County businesses worried vaccine verification will lead to fewer customers, Como News. 2 people killed, 4 injured in shooting at Boise Mall, suspect also wounded, in hospital, Idaho Statesman. Sudan's military dissolves transitional government in coup, CNN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. The segregationist-inspired law that Biden just cannot quit. 7 mindless habits that are making you unproductive at work. Hot take, Twizzlers are actually the best Halloween candy. Are expensive stem cell skin care products a total scam? Seth Meyers shames biggest morons in politics over bombshell January 6th report. Lost tiger ignores phone calls from rescuers for most relatable reason. The Muppets Electric Mayhem drop epic cover of a rock classic. GOP lawmaker with white nationalist ties posts bonkers meme of himself. How dumb are they? Stephen Colbert describes the stupidity of GOP insurrectionists. Anti-vax craze vial, Miami Herald pulls no punches with stinging Governor DeSantis editorial. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Cops investigate death of arm. Patrol investigates after truck runs over man. Boy creates his own Jurassic World. Online threat prompts early dismissal at school. Police and city leaders launch watch groups. Attorney General reaches settlement in lawsuit. Med. Examiner, boy killed same time as mother. Judge denies stay of execution request for group of inmates. State agencies help after toddler tests positive. Man faces 16 counts of animal cruelty. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. China to lock down city of 4 million over outbreak. Long COVID and the blind spots of American medicine. Eating in Midtown Manhattan. Build Back Better has some fans in Manchin's backyard. These children were beaten to death. Could they have been saved? Kyle Rittenhouse and the new era of political violence. Cori Bush and AOC are right about January 6 and 1866. Persistent inflation threatens Biden's agenda. Why McAuliffe isn't mentioning Biden in Virginia governor race. Faster buses on Fifth Avenue, not if business leaders get their way. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. CNN's Chris Cuomo has ignored calls to journalistically repent since being accused of sexual harassment. RNC Chairwoman McDaniel, Virginia voters are drawn to Youngkin because they know McAuliffe's track record. Sinema confronted in airport for second time this month, don't touch me. Alec Baldwin's Rust shooting accident, prop master advocates for stricter guidelines, frequent safety checks. Pablo Escobar's cocaine hippos legally people, U.S. judge. Bill Hagerty, immigration provision in reconciliation bill will set back American workers. Brian Laundrie, notebook found near remains may be salvageable, police say. The curse of politics, Biden, like Trump, becomes target of growing vitriol. Greg Gutfeld, Alec Baldwin's shooting was a sad, but preventable, tragedy. No mandate Monday takes hold at California HS. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, October 26th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Emma Raducanu wins first match since U.S. Open victory by beating world no. 124 Polona Hercog. It's Boom Boom Rishi, Chancellor will tell the country we're bouncing back in budget speech. Black British actress is removed from poster for new Dune movie in China. Rust actor says cameras were safe while actors were left unprotected as cast grew terrified. Furious troubles veteran Dennis Hutchings' regiment refuses to let soldiers carry his coffin. Walter Smith dead, former Everton, Rangers and Scotland boss dies age 73. South Africa opener Quinton de Kock pulls out of T20 World Cup match due to personal reasons. HRT slashes risk of early death by 9%, study suggests. Nasal steroid sprays could be effective at preventing serious cases of COVID, study finds. UK government says water companies will be forced to reduce sewage dumped in rivers. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Officials say cyber attack crippled gas stations across Iran. The indisputable harm caused by Facebook. Australia pivots on climate with 2050 net zero target, but won't adopt steeper 2030 commitment. Sudan's military has taken over. Here's what to know about who's in charge. Floods, flames and heat, images of this year's extreme weather offer a stark backdrop for COP26 climate summit. France looted treasures from West Africa 130 years ago. Now 26 prized artifacts are going back to Benin. Sudan's revolutionaries vow to resist military's power grab. Iran's role in attack on U.S. troops in Syria signals new escalation. Sudan's prime minister, detained after coup, returns home. Sudan's strongman is seen as an insider with powerful allies. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. COVID live, UK records 40,954 new cases. Belgium brings back restrictions weeks after ending curbs. Reconciliation bill almost there after Manchin's demands to scale it back. Live. Pregnant women are being turned away from COVID vaccine clinics, experts warn. FDA advisors recommend approval of Pfizer's COVID vaccine for kids aged 5-11. Callum Chambers' instant impact sent Arsenal on way to Leeds win. Longtime Hillary Clinton aide Huma Abedin describes sexual assault by U.S. Senator. Tom Hanks hails Edinburgh bookseller hero for his dedication to typewriters. Why pregnant women need clearer messaging on COVID vaccine safety. World has wasted chance to build back better after COVID, UN says. Queen to miss COP26 climate conference in Glasgow. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. FDA panel greenlights vaccines for kids, paving the way for authorization. Wife accused of dismembering man's body, collecting benefits. This is the type of gun used in most murders in the U.S. Facebook froze as anti-vaccine comments swarmed users. Enforcement of indoor vaccine mandates proves uneven in U.S. Jessica Ross and Wursel nominated to become first woman to lead FCC. Confederate statue hiding in plain sight near trial for Ahmaud Arbery killing. Watch, newborn babies dressed for Halloween are the cutest pumpkins in the patch. Group defends work in Haiti of 17 abducted missionaries. Emails reveal dismay, anger over vaccine chiefs firing. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. COVID, FDA officials back Pfizer jabs for children over 5 in U.S. Canadian PM Justin Trudeau holds major cabinet shakeup. Sudan Army seized power to prevent civil war, coup leader. Agnes Wanjiru murder, Kenya family's anger over UK Army cover-up. Rust, assistant director had been sacked before over gun safety. Catania, flood swamp city center streets as rare storm hits Sicily. Catania, 2 dead as rare storm floods streets of Sicilian city. U.S. revokes license of top Chinese telecoms company. Manchester Arena bombing, exclusive images of extradition of Hashim Abedi. Brazil senators to vote on damning COVID report. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Flooding bombards New York, other states as nor'easter batters East Coast. FDA committee moves Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine closer to use for children ages 5-11. New infections drop more than 50% nationwide. FDA panel okays Pfizer vaccine for kids, who are increasingly infected. COVID-19 updates. Men shot by Kyle Rittenhouse cannot be called victims at trial, but may be called looters, judge says. Social media giants set to testify, new vaccine-heavy travel requirements. 5 Things podcast. Can wood cut better than steel? New wooden utensil nearly 3 times sharper than steak knife. Top Senate Dems insist they'll get a budget deal. What qualifies as an nor'easter? The storm slashing through the East Coast. Top Chinese NBA prospect forgoes college, turns pro. Sullivan says Biden updated daily on Haiti hostages. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Hamilton High students allegedly assault girl and circulate video of attack. Unvaccinated LA city workers will have more time to get COVID-19 shots. Storm shatters rainfall records in Southern California. Who got the most? Which COVID-19 vaccine booster shot should I get? Here's how to choose. Hauser seeks to gut corruption case, says alleged $1.5 million in gifts were not bribes. Podcast, stuck for days in LA's biggest traffic jam. 3 of 10 student athletes could get kicked off team for missing LAUSD vaccine deadline. In LA, at least our corrupt officials don't have much power. Record rains transform a parched California, but ending drought remains elusive. 18-year-old man arrested on suspicion of murder after fatal crash in Venice. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, October 26, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Austria introduces $3.50 Go Anywhere public transport ticket to fight climate change. Rise in human bird flu cases in China shows risk of fast-changing variants, experts. An 11-member Senate committee in Brazil will be voting on an extensive report recommending the country's president be criminally charged. The 1,200-page document is the result of 11 months of investigation into the government's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. U.S. strongly opposes Israel's plans for new West Bank settlement homes. Members of Ecuador's influential indigenous movement blocked roads to protest fuel price hikes as the country, in the midst of a state of emergency, battles challenges on multiple fronts. Protesters used drugs and burning tires to disrupt traffic in 5 of Ecuador's 24 provinces. Despite stronger promises, the world is set to overshoot climate targets, UN GAP report finds. Communists face rare crackdown in Russia, upending old balance. UN says national climate targets fall far short. One of the world's biggest pension funds to stop investing in fossil fuels. Fossil fuel divestment. Ex-Greenpeace director for Quebec Stephen Guilbeault becomes Environment Minister of Canada. Climate change promises fall short and risk destabilized world and endless suffering, UN says. UN warns world set for 2.7°C rise on today's emissions pledges. Ukrainian gold must return to Ukraine, Dutch court. Police around the world arrested 150 suspects, including several high-profile targets, involved in buying or selling illegal goods online in one of the largest ever stings targeting the dark web. Operation Dark Hunter also recovered millions of euros in cash and Bitcoin, as well as drugs and guns. The next headlines are from Forbes. $100 oil, it depends on OPEC. Florida police admit mistakes in Brian Laundrie case, and say they mistook his mom for him during surveillance. Louisiana, first state to reissue mask mandate, now lifting it. Sudanese prime minister returns home after arrest in military coup. Democrats' spending plan could mean $20 billion tax cut for the rich, even with a new billionaire tax. NHL fines Blackhawks $2 million, GM Stan Bowman steps down following sexual misconduct investigation. Dune review, the cinema strikes back. Twitter shares jump after Apple's privacy changes have minimal impact on quarterly earnings. Police officer says he falsely charged Eric Garner after his death. Why businesses need to start betting on micro-influencers like TikTok personality Talia Lipschutz. The next headlines are from Nature.com. 4 success stories in gene therapy. Giant, free index to world's research papers released online. Predatory publisher's latest scam, bootlegged and rebranded papers. The secret lives of cells, as never seen before. The quest to overcome gene therapy's failures. This digital hygiene routine will protect your scholarship. The definition of gene therapy has changed. Daily briefing, signs of a planet outside the Milky Way. From the archive. Thousands of new and improved mineral symbols. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,740,528,712 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Harley Quinn makeup tutorial, how to recreate your Suicide Squad look for Halloween. Michael B. Jordan's Velzot series at HBO Max finds its writers. Netflix, Tribeca Studios and Goldhouse introduced the Future Gold Film Fellowship Program. Film news in brief. Mortzell, stand-up comic with biting wit, dies at 94. 12 horror movie podcasts to make you scream. IATSE reaches deal on area standards agreement, setting stage for national ratification vote. Jules Ruscom encourages transgender men to be open about their sexuality and desire lines. Ryan Gosling reuniting with Blue Valentine director for Universal's monster movie Wolfman. Twitter gains 5 million users in Q3, grows revenue 37% despite Apple's iPhone privacy change. YouTube Q3 ad revenue balloons 43% to $7.2 billion, tops 50 million music and premium subscribers. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. The Pentagon is warning that climate change is a risk to national security. FDA advisory panel recommends Pfizer vaccine for kids ages 5 to 11. Spanx CEO surprises employees with 2 first-class plane tickets and $10,000. The Biden administration taps a top Republican official to lead election security. The world's largest Ferris wheel just opened in Dubai. Booster shots are here. Take our quiz to see if you need one. What you need to know about COVID boosters. When Tennessee fired its vaccine chief, officials were caught off guard, emails show. What does Kyrsten Sinema want out of spending negotiations? Here's what we know. Biden makes 2 key, boundary-breaking FCC nominations. The following headlines are from the week. FDA advisory panel backs Pfizer vaccine for kids ages 5 to 11. The important lesson of Ross Douthat's medical memoir. Ongoing election harassment has vulnerable secretaries of state asking for protection and real consequences. Report identifies Twitter accounts brazenly coordinating to target Meghan and Harry. Joe Manchin is exactly where he belongs. Trump's COVID response coordinator alleges the election distracted his administration from fighting the pandemic. Dune sequel set to release in 2023, this is only the beginning. Democratic senator tells tech executives being different from Facebook isn't enough, that bar is in the gutter. The real threat to Facebook isn't regulation, it's teenagers. It's almost like a scarlet letter, why prominent Democrats are rebuffing lucrative roles at Facebook. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Code of Silence reveals how court systems protect federal judges accused of misconduct. Texas is watering down federal infrastructure funds. Dan Patrick's critical erasure. The next headlines are from Universe Today. A new climate model suggests that Venus never had oceans. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, October 26th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. The fate of Arctic sea ice. Heads up, famous comet 67 PCG nearly closest. Halloween is an astronomical holiday. Watch the Progress 79 cargo launch October 27th. Flashing star in autumn, here are 3 candidates. True polar wonder, a shift 84 million years ago. Double cluster in Perseus on October evenings. The next news is from Politico. Capitol Police respond after suspicious package sent to Reb Ilhan Omar's office. EU flexes antitrust muscle to counter Putin's gamesmanship. Erdogan backpedals, says U.S. envoy, 9 others can stay in Turkey. Federal judge tosses out Southwest Airlines pilot petition against vaccine mandate. Man arrested for allegedly threatening Matt Gaetz. FDA advisors endorse COVID-19 vaccine for kids 5-11 years old. Opinion: how COVID is killing people who don't even have the virus. Ron Wyden takes a buzzer-beating shot at billionaires. Democrats pitch industry-friendly Medicaid workaround to win Manchin's support. FCC votes to halt China telecom operations within U.S. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Woolworths sales surge despite most challenging quarter. TGA approves Pfizer booster shots for all adults. Wanted, cops to work at Well Campus Hub prepares to welcome students. WA now the only state without a COVID transition plan, poised to shut out rest of country once again. Australia News Live, Victoria records 1,534 new local COVID-19 cases, 13 deaths, NSW records 304 new cases, 3 deaths, TGA approves Pfizer vaccine booster shots. Potential legal woes for Baldwin grow after Rust shooting tragedy. Vaccine hesitancy, needle phobias have power to disrupt the WA jab rollout. Victoria records 1,534 coronavirus cases, 13 deaths as Australians get ready for takeoff. De Kock exposes bitter rift that still haunts South Africa. Berejiklian Inquiry Hive updates, senior bureaucrat Gary Barnes to appear at ICAC as investigation into former NSW premier continues. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Earnings results, Microsoft earnings top $20 billion in a quarter for first time, stock head toward record high. Earnings results, AMD feeling very, very good about the data center market, sees strength going into 2022. Tax Watch, this is screwed up, the proposed IRS bank account reporting rule is revised, but Manchin still doesn't like it. Personal Finance Daily, home price growth is slowing down, but that doesn't mean prices are falling, and Facebook, Amazon, Google and others pledged billions for racial justice in 2020. Tracking where all the money went is almost impossible. Dow Jones Newswires, Chubb Q3 profit rises, helped by strong premium revenue growth. Dow Jones Newswires, Capital One Q3 profit, sales rise, beat expectations. Shiba Inu is the third most Googled crypto in 2021, new study shows. Newswatch, Microsoft earnings top $20 billion in a quarter for first time, stock head toward record high. Earnings results, Twitter Ads users, sees revenue rise as it avoids being bogged down by Apple change. The Wall Street Journal, Democrats' latest revenue-raising plan, 15% minimum tax on big companies' income. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Pormoy Skincare founder advocates for women business owners, king5.com. New TTUHSC program seeks to inspire research innovation, collaboration, KLBKKAMC everythinglubbock.com. Featured amendments of Vietnam's draft intellectual property law, Lexology. Report shows ongoing tech commercialization success, Crane's Detroit business. Self-made millionaire Joy Mangano's advice for getting started, have a reality check, and really look at your life, CNBC. The upward grant of patents to artificial intelligence, Mint. Kathy Vidal has been nominated to head USPTO, IPWatchdog.com. Samsung loses bid to toss $77.70 judgment over display panels, Bloomberg Law. Kunal Chowdhury, Apollo Singapore Investments, co-invests in pioneering COVID management and neutralizing device Shikogan, Devdiscourse. Patents and AI, the battle for inventorship intensifies, the Global Legal Post. The next headlines are from Quartz. Afrobeats. 1 billion doses. IKEA is taking over an iconic central London building. Shipping containers are piling up high on the streets of Long Beach, California. London is now Europe's climate tech powerhouse. Upsolve is trying to convince Americans that bankruptcy is a core part of their identity. Flexibility is a double-edged sword for women in the gig economy. Sudan shuts down the internet after a military coup. 10 key questions for anyone worried about China's economy, according to state media. U.S. climate tech investments since the Paris Agreement eclipsed the rest of the world by billions. The following headlines are from TechDirt. TechDirt Podcast Episode 302, Creating a New Social Media Ecosystem with Middleware. If courts won't protect people's phones at the border, Congress needs to act now. Team Biden finally gets around to staffing U.S. telecom regulators. Daily Deal, the WYSIWYG Web Builder 17 Plus Bundle. The whistleblower and encryption, everyone has an angle, and not everyone is a policy expert. FTC study highlights how big telecom privacy practices are even worse than big tech. Google's Stadia pivots to being some white-label game streaming platform for others to use. Trump's broken social media venture is valued at billions of dollars and it's breaking experts' brains. New investigation shows a U.S. journalist critical of the Saudi government was hit with NSO spyware. Trump given 30 days to have his social media site comply with open source license. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Mike Tomlin. Chelsea. Katie Thurston. Chrissy Teigen. Darkest Dungeon 2. Kat Von D. Iman Shumpert. Alia Bulabin. Princess Mako. Flash flood warning. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. U.S. Army not ready to fight tonight, internal survey suggests, as Pentagon insists everything is fine. Washington strongly opposes West Bank settlement expansion as Israel moves forward with thousands of new homes. FDA advisors vote in favor of giving children aged 5-11 a lower-dose Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. Rioters, looters or arsonists, prosecution cannot refer to people Kyle Rittenhouse shot as victims, judge rules. YouTube competitor Rumble acquires subscription-based platform Locals and free speech-focused expansion bid. MI5 officer admits investigation of Manchester Arena bomber could have prevented attack but required a high-priority operation. We'll take back the gold, then Crimea, Ukrainian president threatens, after Dutch court hands all of ancient artifacts to Kiev. Last day of 16-year job, Merkel relieved of duties, rule praised as one of greatest periods in Germany's modern history, video. Viral video shows church altar brawl after unmasked man accused of trespassing confronts parish priest in Washington state. South African cricket star de Kock refuses to take knee and pulls out of World Cup match versus West Indies in defiance of authorities. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Biden's come on, man defense will not fly on religious freedom. Unexpected collapse of Chinese property developer pushes China's 2021 default total to record high. NYPD's largest police union sues mayor over COVID-19 vaccine mandate. World's worst offenders Putin and Xi skip climate summit of humanity's last chance. Failure to bury transitory inflation narrative risks sparking biggest Fed error in decades, El Arion warns. Senate Dems unveil new corporate minimum tax, cinema on board. Robinhood plunges after huge revenue miss, terrible guidance. WTI dips after unexpected crude inventory build. FDA panel votes in favor of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for children aged 5-11. TWTR shrugs off Apple privacy impact, meets expectations for revenues, mouse. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Dangerous and delusional, critics denounce Saudi climate plan. U.S. says it strongly opposes Israel's settlement expansion plans. Indigenous lead protest against Ecuador economic policies. Facebook investors hold on to rosy outlook despite Apple changes. Alphabet beats expectations on Google ad spike. Sudan's military says it seized power to prevent civil war. U.S. military exit from Syria unlikely anytime soon, officials say. World Bank turns down IMF boss's appeal to defend herself, report. Haiti gang leader demands PM resign amid harsh fuel shortages. U.S. seeking united front with Europe on Iran, top Biden aid. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Department of Defense Policy Chief Colin Kahl, Biden didn't abandon hundreds of Americans still in Afghanistan. California port worker exposes labor union for exacerbating supply chain crisis, keep cutting the work. Rand Paul, gain of function very dangerous research, what if next virus has 15% mortality or 50% mortality? Students walk out in Loudoun County, districts protect rapists. White House to disillusioned leftist Democrats, join Joe Biden agenda or get nothing. Exclusive Road Dog Trucking's Mark Willis, vax mandate worsens existing U.S. driver shortage of about 80,000. Officers fired due to vaccine rules welcome in Alaska, we back the blue. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey orders state agencies to defy Biden's vaccine mandate. Poll, majority familiar with FCK Joe Biden and Let's Go Brandon movement say they are appropriate ways to protest. Fauci's division of NIS spent $424,000 on cruel puppy experiments. The next headlines are from UPI News. NC truck driver wins $1 million while passing through Tennessee. Canadian lifts 13,000 pounds in 1 hour to break Guinness record. Watch, lost classroom return to family after 73 years. 1,000 Andy Warhol sketches offered for $250 each, but only one is real. Watch, boaters rescue dog found swimming a mile off Florida coast. Lost tiger ignored rescuers' calls, assumed a known number was spam. Restaurant manager breaks Guinness record with 17-foot stack of chairs. Watch, Louisiana neighbor surprised by wandering zebra. Uber driver wins $100,000 lottery prize between fares. Look, police rescue dog from Florida Canal. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Michael J. Fox raises $1.5 billion to help find a Parkinson's cure, I won't stop until it happens. Johns Hopkins gets first federal grant for psychedelic treatments research, it's for tobacco addiction. Dog escapes yard and heads over to local pet spa, wagging tail shows how much he missed it, watch. Australian company works to make energy from nuclear fusion, but without the fiery ball of plasma. New sustainable makeup line produces cosmetics from plants instead of fossil fuels. Earliest prehistoric art discovered and it turns out to be handprints made by children 170,000 years ago. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, October 26th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Colorado hiker, lost for 24 hours, ignored rescuers' calls because hiker didn't recognize the number. Extreme couponers were sent to prison in $31.8 million fraud scheme. Saudi Arabia to launch extreme oil-themed park as country rebrands. New York Times journalist Ben Hubbard hacked with Pegasus after reporting on previous hacking attempts. Animal welfare advocates, conservationists and scientists have carried out a 3-year effort to count every cat in the U.S. Capitol and provide an accurate estimate of the size of Washington's indoor, outdoor and shelter population, as well as the health of the city's cats. The man who built a $24 million miniature replica of Canada. Buzzards that vomit when threatened and leave piles of acidic dropping have invaded a small town and nobody knows why. Ex-Alitalia flight attendant strip in labor protest. Blue wishing seafood won't make the world more green. Egypt detains artist robot AI before historic pyramid show. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Your startup isn't ready for Europe's privacy shake-up, but here's how it can be. SharePlay is the reason for you upgrade to iOS 15.1 right now. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin unveils plans to occupy space. Why the Musk versus Bezos space feud is probably fake. Algorithms cannot replace Lewis Hamilton, even if they're faster drivers. Can art mobilize people to fight climate change? This artist thinks so. Windows XP is 20, but will Microsoft ever learn to not fix what isn't broken? Enjoy Belka VPN online protection for life for under $40. If you miss the days of the easy-to-use TV remote, this device is bringing them back. Feast your eyes on this prototype of the original iPod. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Vitamin D deficiency for the first time visible after cremation. The next headlines are from Information Week. CIO agenda, cloud, cybersecurity, and AI investments ahead. Are you hybrid cloud ready? 6 considerations to help you get there. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, October 26th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA to host briefing to reveal new findings from Jupiter's atmosphere. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Texas Tech fires coach Matt Wells after 2+ mediocre seasons. Former Congressman Rob Bishop suddenly resigns from Independent Redistricting Commission. Snow, rain expected in northern Utah after strong winds. Utah Jazz love Niko Lajokic's game and hate having to face it. Police investigate after man found with gunshot wound at Amazon fulfillment center. St. George not to blame for water shortages on Colorado River, Mitt Romney says. Police, 2 dead, 6 injured in Idaho mall shooting. Residents hold spiritual walk against the White Mesa uranium mill. It's real, Utah doctors and nurses talk about treating kids sick and dying from COVID-19. West Valley City Initiative My Hometown emphasizes neighbors helping neighbors. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. China to cut fossil fuel use to below 20% by 2060. Facebook is spending at least $10 billion this year on its metaverse division. Your brain uses autocorrect to decipher language and AI just helped us prove it, new study says. Greenhouse gas levels hit a new high in 2020, even with pandemic lockdowns. Argon fluoride laser could lead to practical fusion reactors. IndieDev finds that Linux users generate more, better bug reports. CPU benchmarks, pre-release Intel Alder Lake chip beats Apple's M1 Max. China locks down thousands in North to contain growing outbreak. Banning anonymous social media accounts would only stifle free speech and democracy. It's Windows XP's 20th birthday and way too many still use it. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. St. Louis woman negotiates with intruder while on hold for 911. Blues beat Kings 3-0 for 5th straight win. Marmol on replacing his friend as Cardinals manager. Tracing the tornado's path of destruction in Missouri's lead belt. COVID numbers down in nearly all categories in St. Louis as holiday travel and winter loom. St. Francois County residents say Commission's plan will ruin their neighborhood. Boat trapped on chain of rocks likely sunk by storms. Brain fog set in after recovering from COVID, you're not alone, study finds. Police admit to mistaking Roberta Laundrie for Brian Laundrie during week he disappeared. Family saved by going to basement moments before Chester tornado. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Former principal remembers late UCSD freshman as well loved and respected. Ex-tribal police chief admits to stealing more than $300K in fake badge scheme. California's unemployment agency still under scrutiny as fraud payouts rise to $20 billion. Fundraiser will benefit families who lost homes in Santee plane crash. Woman's body discovered inside burning North County building. Students sue San Diego Unified claiming religious discrimination over COVID vaccine mandate. Preliminary NTSB report details final moments before plane crashed into Santee neighborhood. More than 3,200 SDG&E customers out of power as storm moves through area. TikTok star accused of killing wife, her companion in high-rise shooting. You can mix and match COVID vaccines, but should you? We asked doctors what they would do. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. 82nd Airborne tests newest unmanned ground vehicles in Arizona. U.S. Navy ballistic missile submarine USS Alabama completes 100th patrol. Australian subdivision of Rheinmetall to build future fighting vehicle test chassis. The next headlines are from SupChina. Top news about China. China faces another COVID-19 spike, begins child vaccine rollout. Influx of political muscle, she pushes through controversial property tax. Mercedes-Benz hurts Chinese men's feelings with video featuring feminist comedian. Enes Kanter doubles down on China criticism, calls out other athletes. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, October 26, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Alameda County Fair reopens following weekend storm. Clean-up efforts continued across Bay Area after strong winds, flooding. Storm knocks down hundreds of trees, branches in San Francisco. 3 teens arrested in connection to Newark armed robberies. Hay-3 shooting rattles community. Sinkhole swallows truck after storm in Daly City. DNA from rib bone leads to arrests after infant left in trash 30 years ago. TikTok star accused of killing wife, her companion in high-rise shooting. Did weekend rain have impact on Bay Area drought conditions? The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Japan's Princess Mako marries commoner, loses royal status. Saints capitalized on Seahawks' mistakes for 13-10 win. Hanover Park man charged in I-290 shooting. Geneva School Board accepts resignation of teacher who posted rant on TikTok. Judge, no order barring Chicago Police Union from discussing vaccine order. Leiden TWP woman accused of suffocating newborn. Judge sets final ground rules for evidence at Rittenhouse trial. Why Christopher Vaughn's clemency bid is on hold. How genealogy search and DNA helped identify latest John Wayne Gacy victim. New COVID-19 infections continue on downward slope in Illinois. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. For the second year in a row, Sammamish, Washington named best small city in the U.S. Star-studded committee launches to boost Seattle's bid to host the 2026 World Cup. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for tropical cyclone Malau 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for tropical cyclone 2621. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6M, depth 10 km, in east of South Sandwich Islands October 26, 2021, 5:48 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Orange alert for tropical cyclone Rick 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0.742 million. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in South Sudan. Drought is ongoing in Cameroon, Nigeria. Drought is ongoing in China, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, October 26th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Remnants of Hurricane Rick, Pacific cold front to bring weather changes. Woman killed when stolen Big Rig crashes into house in Northwest Harris County. NY woman suing Kellogg's over fruit filling in strawberry Pop-Tarts. Dancing with the Stars Horror Nights V2 couples earn perfect scores. A statistician says Astros have 2-1 advantage to win World Series. Kids in Harris Company apartment relied on neighbors for food, while mom lived minutes away. Bear cubs playfully wrestle in snow in Lake Tahoe. 2 killed and 4 injured, including police officer, in Idaho mall shooting. Man faces assault, deadly conduct charges after road rage incident on North Freeway, deputies say. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Majority in U.S. concerned about climate, AP NORC Epic poll. Protesters burn tires, block roads in Sudan a day after coup. Myanmar skips ASEAN summit after its military ruler excluded. EU ministers debate how to tackle rising energy costs. Global shares mostly higher, tracking Wall Street rally. Pakistan, China urge world to send humanitarian aid to Kabul. Mofo thanks Japan for donating 6th batch of vaccines. Tense quiet after Sudan coup, protesters block some roads. Israel envoy to brief U.S. over ban on Palestinian groups. Dutch pension fund to divest from fossil fuel producers. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. 10-digit dialing is now mandatory across NY and NJ to launch 988 National Suicide Prevention Hotline. De Blasio to ramp up school security to stem violence at schools. This is tyranny. NYC municipal workers march on City Hall to protest COVID vaccine mandate. Extra, man has ultimate food life hack, eating every meal at Six Flags for $150 a year. Southern Indian restaurant Sema opens in the West Village. Anti-vaxxers chant let Kyrie play in chaotic protest outside Barclays Center before Mets opener. Early edition, Montauk wages war with East Hampton over helicopter noise. NYC issues travel advisory ahead of Tuesday's coastal storm. Photos, all the best costumes at the 2021 Tompkins Square Halloween Dog Parade. Succession Power Rankings, Mass in the Time of War. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Bleak prospects for least developed countries. Latin America heads to Glasgow Climate Summit with half-empty hands. First person, earthquake brings out heartwarming resilience of Haitians. UN experts condemn Israel's designation of Palestine rights defenders as terrorist organizations. Middle East Green Initiative, path-breaking work to protect the planet. COP26, praise for updated national climate plans, but nowhere near goal. Disarmament week, but hundreds of nukes can be launched within minutes. UN rights experts condemn U.S. expulsion of Haitian migrants and refugees. UN chief calls for China commitment to ambitious climate goals. World's deadliest malaria parasite dominance in Africa could be over experts. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Dark journalist special JFK report, Central Intelligence Agency Biden block assassination records. Sweden indefinitely suspends Moderna shot after deadly heart condition. Joe Rogan calls Don Lemon a dumb mother for continuing horse dewormer smear. Fed protected man identified as mystery instigator of J6 Capitol breach. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Can stranded people with no cell service, dying batteries still change voicemail greeting? Assistant director of Baldwin Film was fired after 2019 mishap. COVID-19 deaths on the rise as cold weather sets in. Facebook profits rise amid revelations from leaked documents. 129-year journey nears end as friends returns Benin treasures. James Michael Tyler, who played Gunther on Friends, dies. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Cash-starved North Korea eyed in brazen bank hack. She poses as teen girls to catch pedophiles online. Trump and Youngkin could explode Dems' minds in Biden's plans. A Scottish judge could expose Donald Trump's shady golf finances. Murdered Olympic star had just decided to divorce husband over fears he would kill her. Greg Abbott is a shameless immigration hypocrite. The new side hustle, helping anti-vaxxers get religious exemptions. The harshest punishment Paul Gusser could get for January 6th. It's time we break up the Art Boys Club once and for all. Giving away a lifetime's worth of whiskey. The next headlines are from the New York Post. The last Yankees out was just the start of Charlie Hayes' best baseball dream. NFL Power Rankings for Week 8, something strange is going on. Ex-South Korean President Roh Tae-woo dies at 88. Baby in stroller killed, mother seriously injured by driver on Long Island. Manhattan investigating Leon Black over sex assault accusations, report. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Shirakawa Astronomy Complex, an observing mecca for amateurs. Looking back at the space shuttle, Challenger disaster. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. SpaceX to launch first all-civilian crew into orbit. Extreme weather takes aim from coast to coast. La Palma volcano eruption brings threats of volcanic ash, acid rain. What a pediatrician says about the COVID vaccine for kids. FDA nearing vaccine approval for kids between ages 5 and 11. New COVID cases surge in Eastern Europe, as region experiences worst outbreak of the pandemic. What to know about COP26 ahead of Global Climate Summit. UN reports record greenhouse gas levels despite COVID shutdowns. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Spanx founder celebrates $1.2 billion valuation by buying employees first-class tickets to anywhere, giving them $10,000 to spend. Ron DeSantis offers $5,000 bonus to out-of-state police who relocate to Florida. COVID-19 lockdown had undetectable effect on greenhouse gas buildup, as warming emissions stoked temps, report. John Wayne Gacy victim identified 45 years after being found in serial killer's crawlspace. Hochul gets COVID booster at nursing school ribbon cutting in upstate NY. Hochul follows through on post-Cuomo promises to address harassment and discrimination in Albany. Anti-COVID vaccine protesters take over Brooklyn Bridge as de Blasio's mandate looms. 2 killed, several injured in shooting at Idaho Mall. Absolute worst colleges and universities for LGBTQ students named in advocacy group list, the most in 6 years. Hertz set to purchase 100,000 Teslas as rental market goes electric. The following headlines are from military.com. Walmart says it was blindsided by its ouster from TRICARE network. Officials, Iran behind drone attack on U.S. base in Syria. Bill seeks to end pink tax for women buying uniforms. Marine Corps makes it clear, get the vaccine or get out. U.S. envoy, patience with Iran wearing thin on nuclear talks. Army hits record low for training deaths for second year in a row. Ceremonies in French City mark 100 years of honoring American unknown soldier. Facebook's language gaps weaken screening of hate, terrorism. Stripping military bases of Confederate names stirs passions. A Wyoming farewell for Marine killed in Afghanistan bombing. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Last year, 69% of works performed by the 50 largest ballet companies, including Joffrey and Hubbard Street, were choreographed by men. Women in dance are trying to change that. Judge denies city's request to extend gag order against police union chief over vaccine mandate opposition. North Shore workers sue hospital system, citing religious objections to COVID-19 vaccine mandate. CPS leader cites progress in expanding COVID-19 testing in schools as CTU slams ongoing failures. Genealogy data helps authorities identify one of 6 unidentified victims of John Wayne Gacy. Chicago area storm knocks out power, slows air traffic and causes high waves in Lake Michigan, more than 4 inches of rain falls in some spots. Men shot by Rittenhouse can be described as rioters and looters but not victims, judge rules ahead of trial. Talks deadlocked between Pritzker administration and largest state employee union over vaccine mandate. Guilty verdict in double murder case allegedly tied to drug ring authorities have linked to Santa Muerte. Legislators return to Springfield for final push on a redrawn congressional map. The following headlines are from phys.org. Managing water resources in the low to no snow future. Pandemic's effect on scientists may be long-lasting, study finds. Climate change, human activity threaten Libyan nature reserve. Climate holdout Australia sets 2050 net zero emissions target. Asia suffered hottest year on record in 2020, UN. Rescued from extinction, bison rediscover Romania mountains. Poll, majority in U.S. concerned about climate. Nanosime therapy prevents harmful dental plaque buildup. Publication of 500-year-old manuscript exposes medieval beliefs and religious cults. Waters off French coast in winter may be a deadly trap for small, foraging turtles. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, October 26th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Does knowing your learning style help you learn better? Science says no. The benefits of CBD oil. The science behind Ouija boards. Real medical conditions that may have inspired vampire and werewolf myths. Earth sciences and the climate crisis. Oil and gas industry has suffered 800 major methane leaks since 2017. Will climate change force humans to relocate? Looking back at the Challenger disaster. The best mattresses for back and neck pain. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. UPS Q3 earnings beat estimates as revenue grows 9%. South Africa wins toss, elects to bowl against West Indies. Scottish soccer coaching great Walter Smith dies at 73. AP photos, in Gambia, Kankerang initiation rite teaches boys. Moderna to supply Africa with up to 110 million COVID doses. COVID-19 cases spike in Belgium, government poised for action. iPhones, Pixels, Flips, what to know about the top smartphones of 2021. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Word Game, October 26, 2021. Horoscopes October 26, 2021, Seth MacFarlane, Learn as you go. Bridge, October 26, 2021. Ask Amy, I don't want my husband using my name anymore when he does this. Harriet Cole, she made inappropriate jokes about my mom. Miss Manners, how honest should I be when my friend says she's fat? Dear Abby, I'm done with my family's bad energy, but my sister won't back off. Best online psychic reading sites, top psychic readers of 2021. Newark, armed robbery suspects arrested in warrant searches. Man's body found inside burned Brentwood house. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Hong Kong convicts second person under national security law. Stars stunned by mismanaged set in fatal prop gun shooting. Idaho mall shooting leave 2 dead, we've got to run. Bill Haggerty challenges Bernie Sanders to oppose unlimited green card giveaway in budget bill. Tackling hate crime with billboards, social media posts. Jehovah's Witnesses sentenced to prison for extremist religious activity in Russia. Liberty University sued over alleged whistleblower firing in school sex abuse probe. KIV, Alabama governor, directs agencies to ignore federal COVID-19 vaccine mandate. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Josh Gottheimer's obstructionist crew raised millions during showdown with Nancy Pelosi. Parents reported to child services for keeping unvaccinated kids home. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, October 26, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Menu planner, 1 pot taco beef and rice is economical and delicious. 2 killed, 3 wounded, Monday in Chicago. Horoscope for Tuesday, October 26, 2021. 16-year-old critically hurt in East Garfield Park shooting. The true cost of COVID-19. DeMar DeRozan prevents late-game meltdown, keeps Bulls unbeaten at 4-0. Leiden Township woman charged with killing newborn child. Missing ISU graduate student Jelani Day drowned, coroner. Judge lifts gag order on police union president, refuses to extend it to other union officials. Man charged with murder in West Town fatal shooting. The next headlines are from the Times of India. T20WC, why Indian fans will be hoping Pac beat NZ. Dangerous store on Amazon, smart TVs at 30% off. 67th National Film Awards, Kayana, Rajinikanth win laurels. Corona letter, biologically hopeful of vax roll out by November end. Aryan Khan denies all connection with Prabhakar sale. Quick edit, IPL's 14 seasons encapsulate 3 new trends in cricket. Medical conditions that can cause hair loss. An NIS connection to Aryan's drug case, all you need to know. NCP's Malik vs NCB's Wankhede, a personal feud in Aryan case. T20WC Live, Windies off to cautious start versus Say. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, October 26, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Cold fronts to finally cool Houston down for fall. Reliving the Astros win over Boston one last time. 4 thoughts on the Astros in the World Series. Things to do, Ready Set the Night on Fire Doors memoir by Robbie Krieger with Jeff Alulis. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this week. Cardinals smother Texans in the desert, 31-5. Things to do, Paula Poundstone makes debut at the Grand 1894. The next headlines are about world records making news. Blackpool and Preston pair break world record for furthest 24 hours vehicle pull, Blackpool Gazette. GTA Spano sets the world record for fastest Lego model, Karen bike. Turkish diver Sahika Erkuman breaks world record in Antalya, TRT World. Turkey's Sahika Erkman dived to 100 meters for new world record Daily Sabah. Oman-based Rubik Wizard aims to break world record, Zoya. 10 fascinating Guinness World Record flights, Samchui.com, Samchui. 2021 World Series bold predictions, unlikely MVP for the Braves, record for the Astros and more, CBS Sports. Usain Bolt top speed, records and titles, Vital Mango. Olivet coach breaks world record, The Echo. 1/8 scale GTA Spano just set world record for fastest Lego model, Motor 1. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Facebook deletes video from Brazilian president who falsely said vaccines give people AIDS. Marvel considered Guardians of the Galaxy shorts prior to original movie. Britain wants to use its new cyber command to hunt ransomware gangs. A new Star Trek, Prodigy clip highlights one of Starfleet's most important qualities. Why, The Last Man just set the table for an epic finale. Microbes might make it easier to produce rocket fuel on Mars. Aquaman's James Wan was secretly working on a Black Manta movie. Blue Origin wants in on luxury space real estate. Eero's mesh Wi-Fi routers will soon play nice with your other smart home stuff. Dune Part 2, what can we expect from the sequel? What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Tilaberi in Niger at 106.88 degrees Fahrenheit or 41.6 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University WIID in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. iOS 15.1 brings delayed SharePlay feature to iPhones and iPads. Tesla pulls full self-driving update after sudden braking spooks drivers. Viewing website HTML code is not illegal or hacking, professor tells Missouri governor. Resident Evil 4 VR analysis, use SideQuest to access what Facebook denies you. 4 revelations from the Facebook papers. Apple TV Plus releases trailer for South Korean sci-fi thriller Dr. Brain. No, Pfizer scientist denies Holmes' claim that Pfizer endorsed Theranos Tech. Mac OS 12 Monterey, the Ars Technica review. Samsung tablet leak shows notch display, just like in the new MacBook Pro. Florida Surgeon General refused to wear mask to meet senator with cancer. The following headlines are from Raw Story. The Klan's racist legacy taints a Kansas school, but students have set an example for us to follow. Scammers are using fake Facebook job ads to steal people's identities. Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch, Maddown mocks neo-Nazis bankrupted by legal fees. GOP mega donor gives staggering $10,000 to small town council candidate. Analysis finds COVID-19 was the leading cause of death in Arizona. Senate's corporate Dems blamed as Texas governor approves rigged voting maps. The Liberty Way, how the Falwell-founded university discourages and dismisses students' reports of sexual assaults. Nancy Pelosi officially notifies U.S. Attorney of Steve Bannon's refusal to comply with subpoena after calling for him to go to jail. Trump's shocking pressure campaign to get Pence to overturn the election. Anti-masker gets punched in the face after shoving fellow customer during angry tirade. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Joe Manchin's blatant conflict of interest might have a silver lining. CBP significantly reduced punishments for employees who joked about migrant deaths on Facebook. I played this climate change game and lost everything. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Are we on the verge of chatting with whales? Hack Hey Magazine. Alien false alarm, extraterrestrial radio signals turn out to be human, The Guardian Australia. 2021, a hypersonic space odyssey, Mint. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Delix Therapeutics announces appointment of Dr. John Crystal to Scientific and Strategic Advisory Board, WWNY. Aptinic to report third quarter 2021 financial results on Tuesday, November 9, 2021, Business Wire. Rats in VR maze provide insights into how hippocampal neurons learn and remember, genetic engineering and biotechnology news. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, October 26, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Former Pentagon official talks UFO occupancy and biological samples. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, October 26, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.